What up, Jade?
It's so great you being next to me.
So weird.
Oh, hello everybody. This is Lindsay and Liz in the same place
Mhm.
with the lovely Morgan has joined us. Uh, Welcome to episode 20. And Morgan has joined us specifically because we're going to be talking about astrology. And just a little background on how I met Morgan. It was back in 2023 that I went to. It was a queer self-love retreat in San Diego.
Woo!
Yeah, yeah, go queers.
Yay!
And yeah, we all dove very deep into our own stuff, and it was a very connective and fun time. So welcome, Morgan. You ready to dive into some astrology?
Thank you.
Yeah.
You
So,
know, I'm always happy to talk about astrology.
oh, I know. I know. We were just talking about how like we would get on the phone and talk for, I mean, I'm sure it
Mhm.
was like collectively, I don't know, several hours. Like the Virgo in me wants to like assess exactly, like let's approximate how many hours that we spent talking about astrology.
You're right, exactly. Oh
Yeah.
man. Yeah, we've definitely had a lot of really great conversations, a lot of good astrological theories. So I'm excited to get into it today.
Yeah. So let's just start with like do you want to tell everybody your big three?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's the perfect place to start. So I am a Gemini sun, a Cancer moon, and a Sagittarius rising. And one of my friends has frequently described it as a breezy beach day of a chart, which I find very nice and endearing. Let's hit y'all with an astrological fun fact about Liz, though. 58% fire sign. 58%. That's like astronomical.
Did you assess my chart?
I did.
That's amazing.
See, I figured I was like thinking about the call. I was like, thinking about astrology, just getting myself primed. And I was like, I wanted to go back and check one of your placements on CoStar. And I was looking at it and I was like, good grief, she has so many fire signs. I was like, I wonder what percentage of her chart this takes up. And so it's 58%. You're welcome.
That's a lot of fire.
That is amazing. That is a lot of fire. I appreciate you doing that background check. Yeah, of astrology, not like an actual background check.
You got to have the facts, you got to have the planets.
Yes. Morgan, I don't think you can hear this, but right now my dog is making so much noise and my cat, my cat is
Oh,
meowing.
no, no, I can't hear it
Another
surprisingly.
level.
Oh, man.
Oh my God.
It's another level.
Come here. Okay. Okay. I think they settled down. That's just, it was like, I think that's why you were laughing.
It's literally, I'm like losing it.
Symphony of growling, like meowing. I kind of wish that Zoom would pick up on that a little bit, just so you could hear it.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah. Did you assess your chart, like the percentage for you?
I didn't. I was mostly just making some observations about my own chart.
That's awesome.
Um, and honestly, my chart is fairly balanced as far as elements go. But really, the biggest thing that I would say about my chart that's interesting is I have almost every sign in my chart with the exception of Aries and Aquarius. And I have a ton of Aries and Aquarius friends. So that's just one little fun observation about mine.
That's really cool. So you seek that out externally to kind of continue to like balance things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Very cool. Well, I recently looked at Lindsay's chart,
Ooh, do tell.
and she has a whole lot of like sister signs.
Oh, fun.
Virgo, Pisces in a couple placements, and then Aries, Libra
Mhm.
in a few other placements. So it's like, wow, you just sister signs is your theme there, which is cool, right? Because that can balance energies in some fun ways.
Right. It's like two sides of the same coin. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Is it though?
I guess it depends on your perspective, but I would love to hear what your big three is.
Yeah. Go for that.
Sun sign is Leo, rising Libra, Taurus moon. Very similar to Liz.
That is very similar. Very similar. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, we're kind of twins in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How do you experience the sister signs? Like, what is that like for you?
What do you mean? How do I experience?
The Virgo Pisces, because you have quite a few of those.
How am I experiencing it now with
with the new moon? Yeah, go for it.
Aside from the fact that I feel like I'm turning inside out. Yeah, it's a massive reset for me. So my Venus is in Virgo, so my romantic relationships are up for a reset, and I'm like, great. I'm
so much fun.
I'm done with the old patterns. Can we be done? Yeah. Nope.
No.
Another lesson.
Gotta
resurfacing.
go.
That's cool. Awesome.
Pull another layer off.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So that new moon was in the morning on Saturday, and it was in Virgo, 0 degrees. So a complete reset in the areas of Virgo in your charts. Where's Virgo in your chart, Morgan?
So for my chart, I omitted that one also. I don't have Virgo in my chart.
Oh, at all?
No, which is odd because I also have a lot of Virgo friends. So that's like the third thing that's missing. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What's in your sixth house? What's in your sixth house?
My sixth house, according to CoStar, is just chilling. It's blank. So I guess it depends on if we're using a whole house or what, but nothing.
Wow.
So this has been an interesting moon cycle for me, really, because like I have been experiencing an odd amount of peace and refresh and like reorder to my life.
What is that like? Tell me more.
Tell Lindsay and I, like, what does it feel like?
You're speaking Japanese.
I know. It feels so foreign. Well, and it's odd too because I feel like I do seek out a lot of like Virgos in my life. It's a very like grounding force, right? Yeah. So it's very interesting that for once I'm kind of feeling that Virgo energy in a very comfortable way. Like I feel like I'm staying on top of things more than I normally would. I mean, a little bit of Gemini and Sagittarian chaos. You know how I roll.
I mean, we need that.
But like for once, I feel like I'm just on top of most of the stuff I need to be on top of. Like I'm a clean freak, but I'm a little bit like scattered about when I do things. But like as far as my weekend, like I've had a total rest and recharge weekend. All my stuff is in order for the week. Like nice. I have everything meal prepped, and I'm like, it feels really foreign for me because normally I'm so busy that I don't get to be as structured as I like, but I feel like I've been really intentional about slowing down these last several weeks and like reprioritizing and like doing more self-care,
That was so funny because the video actually like slowed down when you said that.
It's channeling the Virgo.
It is. It totally is. That's great. That's really good. And so I listened to this astrology podcast. Shout out to Stephanie Powers. She does the Astrology Lounge.
Nice.
And she was saying that Virgo season is a great time to like sort of recalibrate routines and really like focus on your health, which is very Virgo.
Very.
You're totally in alignment with that energy. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I think that's probably why it feels really positive because normally I feel like there's a lot of chaos that rolls in with the moon. So would you guys like to share about your Virgo experience? Because I'm very curious to know how this has been impacting personally.
No.
Lindsay says no. Please don't make me.
Oh, let's see. You will share.
I know. Yeah, in time I absolutely will. Morgan, I don't know if you've been listening to the podcast, but I am very open and very vulnerable about what I share. And right now I'm just going through something where I'm like, okay. Uh-huh.
Yep. This is happening.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I feel like Virgos are not the most private sign, but they're probably one of the like top tier, more private signs in some ways.
They
Do you
are.
guys agree with this?
Yeah, I would say that's so true because they're more of like they're more of the helper energy.
Mhm.
And like let's make the focus on the other person, not me. Yeah. They kind of have that like Scorpio feel to them of like they're sort of mysterious in a way, but it's
Mhm.
a different type of mysteriousness than Scorpio.
It is. I feel like it comes from a more like reserved place and with a different focus, you know?
Yeah.
Because
Whereas,
I feel like Virgos are so like solution oriented, you know?
yes, that's it. Yeah. Yeah. Whereas Scorpio is more like um they are very aware of like power dynamics
Mhm.
and wanting to maintain a certain level of power.
Mhm.
So they'll only show so much of themselves because of that.
The dark and stormy brooding.
Yes, yes, yes. But if you like cross over into their like inner circle, they share
Mhm.
everything with you.
Mhm. That's very true.
Yeah. Um, okay, so for me with the new moon, so Virgo is in my first house because it's my rising sign. And then in my sixth house is Aquarius. So I think the main focus is the my rising sign and self and how like there's been a lot of shifting in terms of like my internal experience of like what can I give as an example? Oh, something just fell off the roof.
Maybe that.
It looked big. Um, so for example, for the past like couple of years, I have like more groundedly and definitively wanted to raise children.
Mhm.
And just the other day, like this week, I had this experience inside of myself of like, oh, what if it felt really good to just be home with a
Mhm.
baby? And I had never had that feeling before that. So like
Wow.
something shifting in me surrounding these new these new things coming in, these seeds that I've already been planting
Mhm.
for a while, but they've it's like they've expanded into a deeper feeling, a deeper sense of like, oh, like I'm feeling a lot of like nesting energy, like the past maybe 6 months. Like that is a bit different for me than what I've experienced before that. So there's this like this changing that's happening in terms of like my identity and beliefs about myself and beliefs about like how I want to have my life because it's in my first house. So yeah, I've
Oh
noticed
yeah.
a lot of it shifting. Yeah. And if we look at Virgo, right, it's an earth sign, it's mutable. So it can adapt to like different people. It can connect with different people, it can connect in different environments. It's okay with change. It actually embraces change. And so it's in this earth sign, which is like grounded, like, okay, I can handle change. I'll adapt to that. And so the lighter side, the light side of Virgo is empowerment in terms of like being organized, like you were talking about, Morgan, in
Mhm.
routine, like being health focused, conscious of what you're eating. Did you know that it's also associated with animals, Virgo energy?
Really? I did
Yeah,
not know that.
because it's like this pure, there's a pureness to animals and there's like an innocence that connects with the Virgo energy. Yeah, I heard that and I was like,
I
oh,
didn't see
that's
that.
didn't realize that. Um, so yeah, and then the shadow side of Virgo, and Morgan, if you want to add to this, is of course perfectionism, right?
Mhm.
And feeling disempowered because of like these unrealistic expectations of self,
Yeah.
overthinking, overanalysis, right? Like all of that is very shadow Virgo energy. Critical. Oh my
It
God,
is.
criticism.
Yes. And you know, you really just struck a chord with me here
Yeah.
because you know, I was talking about how my experience has been the last couple weeks. But the couple weeks prior to that,
Mhm.
I was experiencing a lot of self-criticism and a lot of issues with perfectionism because I felt like I was not living up to that routine standard that I feel like I was trying to implement on myself.
Ah,
And I felt like I was beating myself up over it. And I had talked with my therapist like 2 different sessions about it. And we kind of got into it. And then I just realized, I was like, you know what? Maybe I just need to just let go of the standards that I'm holding for myself and just build in enough time
mm,
in my day so
yeah,
that way I can do these things. Because when I have my own like free will of time, I find that I'm doing these things anyways. It's like, so I realized it wasn't about the routine, it was that I was not giving myself enough time to take care of myself.
ah, yeah. That's a really good insight. Huge. Because then you can move back into that like empowerment.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel like that's where I've been sitting now that we're hitting this point of the cycle, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. And that's the thing, like Virgo, because of the shadow side of like perfectionism and like criticism and amplifying the like quote unquote like mistakes, it can
Mm-hmm.
just have this like myopic view and without being expanded, which is really where it wants to be because it is mutable and it wants to change and shift and move with the flow of life. So it's funny that it has those opposing sides to it.
It is. And I think that's honestly like kind of the beauty of the Virgo placement too, is that it's also so mercurial in nature.
Yeah.
So it does have that like innate curiosity and openness to change too. You just
Yes.
kind of have to be willing to tap into that and see how that lives with the very grounded energy and the very consistent energy. Because it's kind of like you said, two things playing together there.
Right. Yeah, I'm glad you added that because we didn't talk about the ruling planet, which that's why Geminis and Virgos get along so well because it's the
Oh,
same.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
Mhm.
I speak your language. I get you. Yeah. Yeah,
The
that's really
curiosity and banter is like almost unmatched.
true. That's so true. I love Geminis. Yeah. Um, cool. What else? Do you want to add anything? Like, is anything coming up for you since like your Virgo is in your Venus, and so is Pisces. So she has Venus in Virgo and in the 12th house. So she has both.
12th house is definitely a hard house, I feel like. So, even
It,
not knowing your personal circumstances surrounding your life right now, I can just imagine that it's a very transformative time for you.
oh, she's kind of spot on with that, huh?
Yeah, it's great. I'm on a spinning rock, like being like thrown through the universe. That's how I feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that sounds about right for 12th house. Because, like, honestly, I don't even know how to sum up the 12th house. I wish there was a clear, concise way for me to sum it up, but I just know that I feel like it is some of your deepest, darkest internal workings, you know?
Yes, it's like the unseen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my God. Tell me more. Please, more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Morgan, what do you imagine she's going through since it's her Venus in Virgo and the 12th house? What do you imagine?
Virgo and the 12th house. I think if I had to make a prediction, I would say that you are going through an overhaul on your views of love and pleasure and how you view relationships and their inner workings and what you expect from a relationship and how that's going to look like for your future.
It's a overhaul is the exact.
It's a good word for
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Drastically shifting my internal view, my external view, like you name it. Like my entire perspective is completely shifting. And I'm like, hold up, wait, what? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Also, Morgan, she has Jupiter in Pisces in the 6th house. So again, sister signs.
That is some sister signs there.
Hmm.
Jupiter and Pisces in the 6th house.
Hmm.
I'm thinking a lot about that combo and trying to make sense of what I think that means, but I'm not entirely sure.
So also like a lot of spiritual expansion. Like I did
Yes.
just get out of like a pranic healing intensive. And so I'm integrating everything that I've learned. Yep, there's a lot of shift happening
Yep.
over here.
And that would make sense too, especially with the pairing of Jupiter and Pisces. I imagine that's so the spirituality runs deep.
Yeah,
Yes.
Hmm.
That's so true.
it's so much of who I am.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Virgo, Pisces, that's some really beautiful, practical, like the Virgo with the practicality of things and being very in tune with the subtleties of what's going on in your life, as well as the subtleties about other people that you're surrounded by. Um, and then you have the Pisces, which is like they they pick up on the subtleties of the unseen, you know? So you got these like the tangible of like, oh, I notice how this person is being with me, and I notice the undertone, like the subtext of what's going on. And then you have the Pisces, which is like, oh, I can see into your soul. Like
Yes.
I can see soul contracts when I meet people. You know what I mean? Like that's
Mhm.
definitely you.
Yes.
Mhm.
With every interaction that I have, I'm like, oh, I remember you when. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
the soul contract is here. Oh, okay. And it's such an anomaly if I can't see the soul contract right away.
Mm.
And it perplexes me and then consumes me because I'm like, why can't I see it? I don't understand. Yeah.
You're like, this is new information. I don't know about this.
What's Morgan's soul contract?
If I really tune in,
Sorry, Morgan, I didn't ask you consent.
Oh, wait, did you say, wait, hold on. I missed part of it. I had a lag moment.
I asked her about like, can you see Morgan's soul contract?
I
Ooh,
can, but
yes.
right now I'm getting a no. So there's something
Mhm.
that we need to talk about off camera. Um,
Interesting.
it's not meant for everybody. So I'm just going to honor that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Cool. I love that. People are gonna be like,
Wait,
what
what?
happened?
Yeah. Come
They're going to
back.
be left in
Yeah, yeah,
suspense.
yeah.
Reach out to us.
Yeah, come work with Lindsay. She's also just want to plug for you. She's doing coaching, one-on-one coaching. So reach out if you would like to be coached.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Very kind.
Um, what else? Do we want to get into?
Well, I have a question.
Yeah, okay, go for it.
Morgan. So Liz is somebody who with just about every client or anybody that she meets,
Any person.
she's like, what are your top three? Like she immediately dives into, okay, wait, where is that? Oh, okay. Like, let me grab my phone. Let me look up your chart. Like, and then she does a deep dive into like the person and personality and understanding who is in front of her, right?
Mhm.
Do you do the same? Like, how do you use astrology?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of do too. I don't okay, so I will say as kind of like a fun note, sometimes it is more of a party trick thing, right? So
Sure.
on a very shallow level, like at a party interaction, like guess my sign. And I'm like, oh, picking up like I can clock a Scorpio from anywhere. Come on. Like it's even just stylistically, Scorpios feel much more obvious to me. But on a deeper level, though, I feel like when I'm actually like intentionally getting to know somebody, I don't usually read it right away. I usually read it after a little bit of time. And then I start thinking about, I'm like, okay, that makes sense based on what I have seen previously. And I think about how those experiences probably tie in. And
Mm.
honestly, it gives me, I think, more insight on into like what their experience has been like or what their perspective is like. So that's what's kind of cool about that.
Yeah, that's really cool. And Morgan, what are your thoughts? Like, if you were talking to somebody new about astrology, how would you frame astrology? Because more recently, I've been thinking about that, and I love the way, like, for example, Stephanie Powers, like, it's a forecast, like the weather forecast. It's not
Mhm.
written in stone, but
Mm.
here's where, the universe, if you want to call it that, which I call it that, is showing you things. It's going to facilitate these certain things or this kind of theme with it. but
Yeah.
it's not oh, this is going to happen to you. This specific thing's going to happen this way. It's more of like a general, like, if you have these placements, this is how it could affect you.
Yeah. To me, it feels much more like a context or a backdrop of what your experience is like and kind of how you process that experience.
Yeah. Yeah, that's also a really good way of looking at it.
Yeah, I would say that I usually look towards astrology as like a blueprint. What was I born into? What is it
Yeah.
that I have to work with? And
Yeah.
then how do I navigate life moving forward?
Yeah.
Almost like a personality setting. And then yeah, like what are the big lessons that I have
hmm
coming up, right?
hmm
Combined with the spiritual insights that I have, like it's more of I use astrology more of like a blueprint, like not so much as a forecast, but I'm always curious about the forecast that is being set.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's always curiosity about that.
Yeah, definitely. That's really cool. Um, do we want to get into like all the signs and talk about what we like and maybe have struggled with people?
Absolutely. Let's get into it. Let's have fun with it.
Okay, we're not gonna hate on any. I'm not gonna hate
Right.
on any
No.
signs. I will just maybe tell personal examples of like things.
Mhm.
Uh, okay, let's start with, Aries.
Yeah, we got to start at the top of the line, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So
Hmm.
Aries is a fire sign. It's a cardinal sign. So there's three modalities, which are cardinal, fixed, and mutable. Cardinal, the way I've kind of learned this is like cardinal is the energy that starts the thing, and then the fixed sign is the one that like continues the thing. And then the mutable sign is the one that like maybe shifts it and evolves it into something different.
And that totally makes sense in the context of how the signs alternate throughout, you know,
Yeah,
especially with Aries being the like initiation of the
great.
astrological year.
Yes. So what do we all think of Aries?
I think that Aries is the most fire of the fire signs.
Yeah.
Completely agree with that. I think that
Yes.
they have a very specific type of intensity that's like new and youthful and bright, you know,
Mhm.
very vibrant. I tend to find myself magnetized towards that
Oh
um,
yeah.
in a lot of ways. Yeah. Um, and sometimes that's great. And sometimes it's, you know, doesn't always vibe as well with my placements. It just kind of depends on where the Aries falls in the chart, you know?
Yes. Oh, that's a good point too.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the placement? Yeah. So like the shadow side of Aries is I always think of like a little kid having a temper tantrum.
Mm-hmm.
Like a kid who like wants what they want and they're just gonna scream their head off if they don't get it, you know?
Yeah, yeah. There can definitely be kind of like a darker side relating to like impatience or gratification, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, like that impulsivity.
Hmm.
Yes. Yes. So where in our charts do we have Aries? Let's talk about that and give a little more info on that.
Should I pull up my chart?
You should definitely pull up your chart.
That's always great.
I hear you.
Um, and as mentioned earlier, I do not have any Aries placements.
Oh, that's
So
right, you don't.
I
Okay.
think that explains a lot of my really interesting interactions of how I seek it out, but sometimes I don't always know how to interact with it.
Yeah.
um, because I really appreciate the strong forwardness of Aries, and I really like that in a lot of dynamics. But also sometimes my little Cancer moon's like, help.
You're like, whoa, this is a lot of energy coming
Yep,
out.
yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you have it in a house or is it not even in any of your houses?
It is not unless if we were using Whole House.
Okay.
If we were using Whole House, it would probably be my third house.
Okay. So the
Mhm,
house of Gemini,
mhm.
communication.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's interesting. So
yeah.
yeah, Aries communicates very directly, very like to the point.
Hmm.
Yeah. So in my chart, I have Aries in my Jupiter with Scorpio, the 8th house.
Wow.
So Aries and Scorpio. And then I have my North Node in Aries in the 7th house too. I believe that's the only. So basically, like I best expand when I'm in that Aries energy of initiating, being direct, expressing myself, expressing my passions, both for Jupiter and North Node, right? Because North Node is all about the energy that we're mastering in this life. And so usually like the second half of your life, you're moving more towards your North Node. You're kind of in your South Node a whole lot earlier on, like as a kid especially. So yeah, that's where it is for me. Where is it for you?
Yep.
Yep.
North Node. And then 7th house.
7th house. Okay.
Yeah.
Both
You know,
of
it's really
Yeah.
interesting. Thinking about both of you and thinking about, you know, how you guys have initiated this group, this podcast, all the, you know, initiatives that you're working towards just seems very reflective of Aries North Node.
Yes.
It really does. Like it just, yeah, it just makes sense. It
Thank you
does.
for that,
I think it's
Morgan.
very
That's
awesome.
so true. Actually, you know what's well, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll go into that in a minute. I have something to share with you too, Morgan, because I think you'll really
Ooh,
appreciate this.
fun.
It's that's really interesting that it's in your North Node, so the energy that you're mastering,
Yes.
and then it's in the area of partnership and balancing individuality.
Ooh, there it is.
Yeah. Yes.
Lindsay, do you want to go into that a little bit more?
No. Don't make me talk about it.
Well, you don't want to do Aries energy?
Lindsay is pleading the fifth house over there or something. I don't know.
The 5th house. That's fun.
Wow.
It's really good.
Wow.
Oh man.
Dynamic of single, but yet being in a relationship, balancing work.
Yes.
Like it's a overhaul. It's an overhaul. That there's a lot of shift happening.
Shift happens.
I like how you did that. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay. It's really good. Okay, let's get into some Taurus. Some Taurus energy.
Yes.
Right?
I think as a group we can say that we love that.
Yes. Yes, we can. We have some experiences with
Yeah.
Taurus energy. Also, just so we go with the houses too. Aries rules the first house, house of self. And then we move on to Taurus. Taurus rules the second house, house of material possessions and finance. So Taurus is a earth sign, fixed earth, Mother Earth, the very first earth sign. And so Lindsay and I have that placement in our moon. Trying to remember what else I have that in. How about you, Morgan? Where is Taurus for you?
My Taurus is in Venus.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
And truthfully, I love that because one of the things I first think of when I think about a Taurus is the creature comforts of life.
Yes.
And that kind of describes like my aesthetic of pleasure. You know, like I'm literally sitting here in my recliner. This is my safe and happy space under a blanket next to all my beverages and all my comic books. That feels very Venusian to me.
Yeah, totally. Oh, and you know, that's such a good placement for Taurus, right? Because that's the home of Taurus. So it's a very nice.
It's at home at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Right, Taurus is very like, let's satisfy the senses. Let's be really comfortable. Let's enjoy really good food. Let's be bougie and go to like the nicest like hotels and spas. Like it has that energy.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of the senses. It's like the whole atmosphere. It's like, what am I smelling? What am I tasting? What am I seeing? How's the lighting? Do I hear music? Like,
Yeah.
all of the senses. Yeah.
Yes. It's a very sensual, it's probably the most sensual sign, I would say. And what else was I gonna say that? It's also what's that?
I was gonna say Taurus placements just feel so grounding to the people around them too. Like when
Yes.
someone has a substantial Taurus placement, like you can feel it, you know?
Definitely feel it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. And it's so the sun sign, we're all kind of used to the sun sign, right? It's the essence of the person. The moon side, and I speak to that because of our Taurus moon, is the emotional experience that we have inside of ourselves. Also, how we regulate our emotions and how we what we focus on in terms of like what feels very safe and comforting. So for Taurus moons, going out in nature
Yeah.
is like incredibly grounding, helps us like create safety inside of ourselves. And then along with that is like having a comfortable living space too, right? And I'm sure like for you, like that connects with your Venus placement. Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. So it's shadow side. Let's talk about that. It's shadow side. Or you
Ooh,
think
yeah.
about Taurus's shadow side.
Well, whenever I think about the shadow side of any earth sign, the first thing that comes to mind is stubbornness. And we also think about like the bull and such, you know?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Gee, I have no idea.
Stubborn at all.
Nope.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Never.
Yes. Yes.
I just like to say I'm very passionate.
I love
I'm
that.
not stubborn. I just am very passionate about certain things, and that's just it is
You
what it
like
is.
what you like,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And this is exactly why it's a fixed sign. It makes perfect sense. It's the
Yeah.
fixed nature of that sign. It's being true to itself, you know?
Right.
There you go.
Yes. Something interesting about Taurus energy is that people usually gravitate towards Taurus placements because like we've been saying, it's grounding. Um, but Taurus has problems actually like reaching out for support. Like we
I
think
would believe that.
like we think that we could handle everything. We don't need to share much. We got
Mhm.
this. Like we're good. We're okay.
So that's where that comes from. Great.
Yeah, that's
Good to
part
know.
of it. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, so breaking out of that and not always being the person that helps other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's also very Virgo too. Virgo is like that.
It is.
Um, yeah.
So we
I
said
find those two to be very adjacent.
What's that?
I find those two to just be very adjacent in a lot of ways, you know?
Yeah, I can see that too.
Aries was the most fire of the fire signs. What would you say Taurus is? What element of the earth?
I would say it is the I'm torn. Okay, so I'm gonna need feedback.
Yeah.
Okay, I could either see it being the water of the earth sign or the fire of the earth sign. And I think it could be justified either way because there's a lot of like, I think for fire, you could justify it as that sense of passion with the fixed nature,
Yeah.
but also with the like the creature comforts and the desire for stability, I could argue water too.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
I don't think it's the earthiest of the earth signs, and I don't think it's the air of the earth signs either.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is interesting to think about. I think I'm gonna go with it's the most fiery of the earth signs. Yeah.
I feel like that because of the stubbornness.
Yeah.
The fixed is strong.
Yes. Yes. That's really good. Anything else about Taurus that we notice?
No, but I do love a good Taurus placement. I always feel at home. I always feel very safe. Like I have a close friend that's a Taurus rising,
Hmm.
and I always describe her as like a German Shepherd. Like she's got like a very protective energy to her. She's very observant too, very grounding.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, for sure. I mean, my girlfriend, which I haven't talked about very much yet. I have a girlfriend. I'm back with her.
Go.
She is a Taurus sun, Taurus rising. Oh, Morgan. Morgan, you're frozen.
Stop.
Okay, there you are.
Today.
We see you again.
Hi,
Back.
welcome back.
Oh,
Or maybe not.
Oh, that's cool.
yes. Yeah. Yeah, so she's a Taurus sun.
I know. I have low bandwidth.
Oh no.
Should I pause this real quick?
Maybe.
Yeah. It's just like
Welcome back.
welcome back.
Woo! New and improved.
Yes, yes, shifted a little bit. So we were gonna get into Gemini next. Gemini ruling the third house of communication. It's an air sign. It's mutable. Wait, is it mute or is it cardinal? Now I'm
I'm
forgetting.
pretty sure it's mutable because I think Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and
Oh
Pisces.
yeah, yeah, it is mutable. Okay. Yeah. Well, Morgan, you're a Gemini. How do you experience your Gemini energy?
Oh, I can't stand. No, I'm just kidding. I love them. Um, no, I think that Geminis are probably one of the most widely misunderstood astrological signs.
Yeah.
Um, and I think it has a lot to do with the duality of them.
Yes.
Because I think people tend to they think of like they hear the term and they're like two-face or like and tend to take it in more of like a deceitful kind of route.
Right.
Which I mean, in some cases, sure, I bet that can be true, but I think more often than not, it just kind of dives deeper into the mutable nature and the complexities of a Gemini and how they can kind of blow with the wind in a way. Like they're just kind of there for the ride and there for the experience and just an openness to whatever's happening, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, that's a good description of Gemini energy. My dad is also a Gemini, and if you look at his life, there's very much this like blowing with things. Um, oh, he's also a wow, he's a Cancer moon too, by the way.
Wow. What a plot twist. Am I your dad? What? That's so funny.
He's also a rising fire sign, Leo.
Oh, very cool.
Yours is Sagittarius.
Hmm.
That's funny. Anyways, Gemini energy. Yeah, it's every Gemini that I've ever met is very like very smart, intellectually stimulating, and not just intellectually stimulating, like funny, like very funny, and very sociable, very like outgoing kind of energy of like flowing with different types of people. So yeah, and I now the other side of Gemini,
Hmm.
this is what I've heard about like dating in Gemini.
Uh-huh.
They can be, depending on the placements, of course,
Hmm.
they can be very flaky or ghost you. That's what I've heard.
Yes, I could totally attest to that. Not as much from a personal perspective, but just from like in general. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because I think the downside of being very flexible is that sometimes your opinions and your plans are constantly changing, and that doesn't always include the variables of the people that it might impact, you know?
Right. Yes. Yeah, that's true.
Hmm.
And like we said, it's ruled by Mercury, so the planet of the mind. And so again, like very intellectually like stimulating, tends to be verbose, uh curious, like very curious, and also there's a tendency to have a variety of interests. Like I need a variation of like things that I'm doing, or else I'll just get like understimulated.
Absolutely.
You're like,
I
yes, me.
listen, I have spent the last 3 months doing a complete deep dive into comics.
Yeah.
Yes. And so that has been like my like mental like fixation lately of things that I've been excited about, things it's been giving me something to research and read about. I'm like, well, what do I want to read next? What do I need to do? How does this continuity play with a different one? I
Yeah,
need that in my life.
that's awesome. Yeah, and I think that's why it's so fun to speak to a Gemini, because y'all have like all of these like various interests and like experiences or knowledge about things. And so it's like you just sit there and you're listening, and you're like, wow, I didn't know that. Like so often, like, whoa, that's really cool. Or you get into these really cool, like intricate conversations about astrology.
Hmm. They kind of feel like the trivia master of the chart. Like they know a little bit about a lot of things.
Yeah, that's really good.
Do you guys have Gemini placements?
Yeah, we're
My Lilith is in Gemini, and
You're-
I don't know much about Lilith, but also in the, what is that, a nine? The ninth house?
Mhm.
Yeah. I
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah, those are tough. So Lilith and the ninth house. So Lilith, Black Lilith, is associated with wounds from our childhood.
Okay.
So what that could mean is that when you were curious about things, people shut you down a whole lot.
Bro. Oh my God.
I feel like we need sound effects in this podcast every time Lindsay has a massive realization related to the chart, and it's just like a boom sound effect or something.
Yes, let's go.
That's a great idea.
Honestly, so
Like ding ding ding.
yes.
Yep.
Oh my God. And I'm such a curious person, and
You
I
are.
always wanted to explore various things and try new things, and I was always like shut down. Like,
Mhm.
oh, okay. Or I would be excited about like, what about this conversation? Let's talk about this, and shut down. Like, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that makes sense.
Great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I only have Gemini in my MC, my midheaven, right? And wait, is that right? We could also talk about the second house too, because that is Gemini's house. Um, but yeah, midheaven, and midheaven is connected to your destiny.
Mhm.
It's the thing that you can use to navigate your life in a way that brings in really great opportunities. Um, so for me, like when I get to communicate, that is associated with feelings of fulfillment and satisfaction in my life, which is very true, like obviously.
I could totally see that. Just like the sense of like how curiosity and networking could propel you in so many ways.
Yes, and connecting with people,
Hmm.
that sociability and like adapting to like different environments and conversations, and what we're doing in North Node, like all the different types of like settings that we're starting to work with, like it really feeds that Gemini midheaven. Yeah. Yeah. How about you, Morgan? Other than your son, do you have any other placements in Gemini?
I don't, but it is in my seventh house.
Oh, partnership.
Hmm.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Oh, this is one of
Yeah.
it's a great cycle. Okay. So your first house is the house of self, right?
Hmm.
You have a rising sign in your first house in Sagittarius. Every rising sign, the sister sign of the rising sign is in your seventh house. It's directly across from it, right? And that's the house of partnership. That's Libra's house. And so when you are in a relationship, so you'll have a tendency to see the Sagittarius energy. It's the first house is the conscious house. You're conscious of these aspects of yourself. But the seventh house is where your unconscious shadow lives because in
Ooh.
partnership. So your partners will see you more as a Gemini,
Mhm.
and they'll see the shadowy aspects of your Gemini energy.
Oh wow, that's something to really cook on a little bit.
When
I'm
I
like,
heard that, and again, shout out to Stephanie Powers because I met with her and she taught me about that. And I was like, oh my God.
that's really insightful, like truly, you know?
Yeah. So the cool part about that is if you can get more awareness of how your shadow shows up, then you're going to be able to see the projections that you put on your partner and not just like blame them for things.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, it's also very curious too, and maybe this is a segue point, but I also have Cancer in the seventh house too. They cohabitate in my seventh house.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting.
Hmm.
So there's some unconscious energies related to Cancer that you could pull into a conscious level because Cancer's shadow is very controlling,
Hmm.
very like possessive, very
Yeah.
like the mother who imposes her belief system on her children.
Hmm.
It's very Cancer shadowy energy.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of like the over nurturing, like over watering, like,
Like I know mother knows best kind of thing,
hmm,
right?
yeah.
So noticing like the theme of like overprotecting people to your
Hmm.
detriment
Yeah.
is a shadowy aspect of Cancer.
That completely makes sense because I think that ties a lot into a lot of themes of caregiving for myself, you know? So I'm
Yeah.
like, that tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the beauty of astrology. Like you get to, it's another tool to like validate what you already experience inside yourself and then add to that awareness, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Um, so Cancer,
Diving right in.
right? Like it's a good segue. So Cancer is a water sign. Oh wait, we didn't do Gemini. Like, is it the like what
Oh,
element is it most? Is it fire, air, or water or earth? I don't think it's earth.
mm-mm.
It doesn't feel earthy.
Yeah, I don't know that any of the air signs feel particularly earthy at all,
True.
but
I say Libra is kind of
Oh yeah, that
earthy.
is
Yeah.
probably the
yeah,
most
I
earthy
could.
of
Mhm.
the air. Would Gemini
Mm,
be like the most air of the air?
I think so. I
I
feel
think
like,
so too.
yeah,
yeah.
like it's talked about as if it's like two, but I
Mhm.
think that actually Gemini is like a kaleidoscope because it is a
Ooh,
diverse perspective. I
that's
don't think
great.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
I think that a lot of Geminis are actually actors because they allow themselves to experience various perspectives and they're very good actors. Um I think I would label the Gemini the most air of air because it
I
really
could definitely see that.
Yeah, I think that's
moves.
a good call.
And
Yeah.
I do love your reference to the theatrical nature of Gemini's because that's true. Like, just like the theatrical nature, but also just the ability to hold multiple perspectives at once.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a good point. Cool. Well, would you like to add anything else to that, Morgan? No?
Nope.
Our Gemini of the hour. Um, okay, so let's get into Cancer. So Cancer is a cardinal water sign. It's it's the nurture of home and what else? It's Morgan's moon, right?
It sure is.
How do you experience your Cancer moon? What is
Um, so my friend that once described my chart as a breezy beach day also loves to joke and say that the Cancer moon keeps me out of trouble due to my Gemini sun and my Sagittarius rising. So
That's real.
it keeps me reined in. Um, but honestly, I do think in a lot of ways that is true. Because it really keeps me in touch with my like inner world and my feelings a lot. Like I feel like on first presentation of myself, you see a lot of more of my like curiosity, my gregariousness, but like it my sensitivity is very much there, but it's much like beneath the surface. It takes longer to get to that.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
a very present force in my life.
Would
Very.
you say that like you cry often?
I do think I'm easy to cry, yes. And I'm very much a sympathetic crier too. Like I will cry with people.
Oh.
Yeah. I love that. Like me, who has not a lot of water in my
Hmm.
chart, but is pretty watery, I will admit that.
Hmm.
I do love the Cancer placements. And, when I'm with a Cancer or Pisces, not so much Scorpio, but like Cancer and Pisces, I feel that like that emotionality and it helps me drop into that just by being in the presence of y'all, which is lovely.
I love that. That's very sweet. And one thing that you said made me think of something else as well. That also, my Mercury placement is in Cancer as well. So very much the way that I guess speak and express myself, or the words that I choose are very Cancerian, I guess.
Yeah. Isn't yours you have the same placement, Mercury and Cancer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Uh, how do
That
you?
out for you with like speaking to people and how you interact with the world.
I'm I'm the nonverbal ninja, so
Yes, you are.
yeah, but I find that when I vocalize and actually speak, it could be, yeah, I would say it's very fluid.
Very fluid.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
but I'm also very direct.
Mhm.
Yes.
So like I get right to the point. Which could be the northeastern in me or I don't know, various
What
factors of that.
what house is your Mercury in, both of you?
Seventh.
Seventh? Okay, so Libra.
Mm, 10
Yeah.
MC.
But the Mercury, let me see. It's oh, that's cool though, that it's in your midheaven. Okay, so it's in the 10th. So you have
Hmm.
Mercury in Cancer and Capricorn.
Hmm.
So that Capricorn like hits direct.
As I'm reflecting on it too, like you would think that just being a Cancer Mercury might mean that you're really like soft or sweet with words, but I think Cancers are also rather direct too.
I would think
Like
so.
like I think with like opinions, like they're strongly convicted by like feelings and are probably expressing them in a more like direct way, like feeling or intuitive feeling and expressing that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yes.
Yeah. That
Boom
is
sound effect.
that is me. Yeah. Yeah. I speak with a lot of conviction, but I'm
You
very
do.
connected to my emotions. And so when I talk about them, it's like,
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
Well, think about the mother, right? It's
Mhm.
not just like the nurturing energy. It's like I need to create structure in the home.
Mm,
Mhm.
I
yeah.
need to make sure people know clearly what what is needed in terms of boundaries or routines or whatever it may be.
Mhm.
Yeah. Also, I see that very much in our North Node therapeutic theater groups, is the way in which you speak and think is it's like it's very like fluid like water, and it has this like nurturing yet like
Oh, yeah.
it's like a combination of your sun, like the Leo comes in and then like plays with the Cancer, and you have this like passionate, nurturing, very
Mhm.
direct way of how you operate.
Yeah. Nurturing and direct. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. And so it's also in your midheaven.
Yes.
So a part of you like finding fulfillment is like creating a home.
Yes.
Is nurturing a home.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And that can look like, traditionally like having a family, but also your community, right? Like how you nurture your workplace too.
Mhm.
Like it has elements in all areas of life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
So is Cancer the most water of water signs?
Actually, I think I'm going to say that I think it's the fire of water signs because of its passion and conviction and directness.
Oh wow.
I agree with that.
I was actually going to say Scorpio was the most fire.
I could see that too, though, because they're
Oh,
so
yeah.
Leo adjacent in some ways.
Yeah.
I feel like Scorpio is the most air of the water signs. Because it's very like mysterious and doesn't want to. I mean, I get the fire piece of it too.
Mhm.
It's
Oh, a wee bit aloof.
Oh, well, that, you know what?
Because their Pisces
That's-
goes above themselves. Yeah.
Mhm.
The spiritual.
That's true.
Mm.
Yeah, Pisces is very dreamy and inventive, so I could see that.
Yeah, let's go with air for Pisces. Yeah. And Cancer being the most watery. Yeah, I agree with that.
Water of the water.
The water of the water. The most water of the water.
The most hydrating of.
The wateriest water to have ever watered.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Mm. hmm I have Cancer in my 11th house and my Lilith. So,
Oh, you're 11th.
yeah.
That's
So, like,
sweet.
right? So when I'm
Mhm.
in groups, it activates my Cancer energy.
You feel at home in your community.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's so true, right?
I
Like
know,
when
yeah.
we're in groups and we're hosting
Oh
a
yeah.
workshop, I'm like, oh, do you want some water? How are you doing?
Yeah. So,
Just checking in.
The nurturer in you definitely comes out. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a different side of Liz.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm like, let's go. You're like,
Love
hold
it.
on. Like, wait,
Let's
slow
slow
down. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. And because it's in my Lilith, what that translates into is that when I was a kid and I would ask for like a need to be met, I got shut down a lot.
Mhm.
Or I became really like scared of my own needs and
Yeah.
I shut them down a lot,
Mhm.
right? So it's a beautiful thing to have it in my 11th house because then I get to help people with their needs. And then it also triggers how I can help myself with my own needs.
I love that. I feel like if we had to classify it, like how like when you do a Myers-Briggs, they all have a little title. It would be the advocate.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
I think I am usually the advocate.
That tracks.
Yeah. Yeah. And Morgan, okay, so it's in your moon.
Mhm.
Did you say anywhere else? You said your moon.
Mercury. Mhm.
Is there any other Cancer? Okay.
Nope, that's it.
It's cool. Cool. Okay. So moving on to Leo.
Leo,
Leo.
you have a lot of placements in Leo.
Oh my God.
58% to be exact.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Leo is a fixed fire sign. It's ruled by the sun. And it's very like leadership oriented, creativity, playfulness. Like the fifth house is all of that, plus the house of children, the house of the inner child as well. And so it's like this passionate, like when I like something, I fucking love it. It's a fuck yes.
Yes.
It's only a fuck yes or a fuck no.
That's right. That is absolutely right.
Yes. And where does everybody have Leo in there? Oh, yours is in Mars, right?
Yep, it sure is.
Yep.
As is yours.
Yes, 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 yes. Among other places.
Among a lot.
Yeah, yeah. And and how do you experience, so Mars is the planet of war. It's
Mhm.
it governs our passions related to work, sexual preferences. We can get into that more because
Woo!
Morgan and I have had some theories about that
We
with
do.
and it is also related to how we deal with anger, our relationship with anger.
Mhm.
So Morgan, how do you experience the Leo and Mars energy?
I feel like that's the part of my chart that is ever evolving and being discovered. Like,
Okay.
um, getting in touch with those parts of myself, like particularly like how I experience like anger and frustration and things like that. But I will say that like when it's kind of like what you were saying, fuck yes or fuck no. Like, it either really does not bother me at all, and I'm like, okay, that's totally okay, or something will actually like really strike a chord with me, and I'll have very strong feelings about it. So, ambivalence is not usually like a big area, you know.
No.
Um,
Yeah.
but I will say that like, um, I think there's just a lot of confidence that comes with the Leo Mars placement.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of bravado that comes with that you just have to really channel and get comfortable with to be really comfortable with yourself.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
definitely. Definitely. Yeah, so the anger, and I'll speak with you because my Leo's in Mars too. The anger is like this really intense, short fuse of just like so much anger, and
mhm.
then it passes through, right?
Yeah, it really does. It's a very, and I think that's the thing too. It's a very fast moving process. It's not one to hold a grudge.
Yeah.
Um, it's
Yeah.
just one to have a big like feeling about something and then it just kind of resolves.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when it comes to like passions, like you got to be passionate about all the things in life.
Yes. Lots of zest and enthusiasm is key.
Yes, exactly. And then sexual preferences.
We have had some really great discussions on this.
Yeah.
So Liz and I have talked at length on many occasions about how we feel like there's got to be some sort of link between Mars placements and kink preferences.
Yep.
Now, okay, to dive into this a little bit more.
Yeah.
Um, so thinking about Leos they thrive on praise and they thrive on giving praise too, right? So, I mean, what does that naturally lend itself to, my friends?
A praise kink.
Yes.
Yes. So
I will attest to that being very true.
I will also claim guilty for that as well. Um, but yeah, I think that and like Leos, I think have a very fun, flirtatious relationship with the idea of power and with concepts of power and control, whether that's
True.
being in charge or having someone else take charge. Uh,
Yes.
mhm.
Well said.
As we talked a little bit about last episode.
Yes.
It's my
It's a
Freudian slip of
You want to remind the audience of that?
just go listen to it. You'll hear the Freudian slip. And I literally have been laughing out loud just listening to it. I'm like, I really said that. I really said that. Shit.
It was so good. It was so good.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah. That's a good recap, Morgan. I feel so seen.
Great minds think alike.
True.
But I do wonder how that translates to other signs and other Mars placements. That's something that I would really like to have discussions with other people about as well, because I feel like everyone I've talked to so far, I've got a lot of like Leo Mars people like in my circle, who have all like attested to similar things. But I'm curious to hear what other Mars placements have to say.
Well, wait, what is your
Capricorn.
Capricorn?
Ooh, okay, yes, I'm going to be very curious to hear any inputs you may have about that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do we want to get into that in a little bit and just keep moving through?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
Sounds good.
So I think that Leo is the most water of the fire signs.
I agree.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, completely. Like, I think that's where I cry a lot.
Mhm. It's very feelings based, there because there's so much
Yes.
passion there, you have to feel something.
Yeah.
Right, which is so interesting because it's ruled by the sun.
Yeah.
And so you would
Mhm.
think that it would be the most fire of fire, but
That's a good
I think
point.
that it's actually the most water of the fire signs.
That's a
Mhm.
really good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's and I think a part of that is that like Leo tends to be really loyal.
Mhm.
And there's a fixedness to the loyalty of like,
Yes.
and sometimes because it's the shadow side of Leo, he's like, oh, I'm gonna create these fantasies about my life, fantasies about people, maybe even people that I'm dating. And I'm not actually gonna fully like be here with them.
Mhm.
Let's maybe see some red flags.
Mhm.
Oh, I love the good things about them so much. And it's like a nice energy, but it can get into, and I'm guilty of this, it can get into like fantasizing about something instead of actually living in your life.
Mm.
Mhm.
Um, and then also people always say, right, like that Leos are like ego driven, which yes, we can be self-absorbed, we can be self-focused, and that's that is a thing. I think it gets too much of that rap, like, and it like
Mhm.
dominates talks about Leo.
Yeah.
Because also the beauty of Leo, like you mentioned, is that it's ruled by the sun. And what
Mhm.
we really want in our like highest like the goodness and love of a Leo is like I want to shine my light on you
Yeah.
and see
Mhm.
you shine your own light on yourself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like we want people to shine around us. Yeah.
Absolutely. I truly believe that like feeling loved by a Leo is a very different feeling than feeling loved by a lot of other signs. It hits a little bit different. I feel like this is why when I'm scrolling through dating apps, I'm like, oh, I get such a vibe from this person. I see Leo, I'm like, of
You're
course.
like, of course.
I'm like, oh, not again, but also again.
That's great. I love
So
that.
funny. I love fire signs, though. I will say that from like a dating standpoint, I am always just very drawn.
Oh yeah, we've had talks about that. Like you've had
Yeah, sure.
many previous dating situations with lots of fire.
Lots of fire.
Mm-hmm. Were you
Fire
gonna
and
say
air.
something?
Just fire and air.
You fire in there.
Hmm.
Fire and air. Yep. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So okay, so let's go through our placements. Do you want to go?
For Leo.
Yeah.
Um, uh, Aside from sun sign, it's also in my 11th house.
Ah, okay.
So
Aw,
not
friends.
Leo placements. It's just that.
Just those two.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, and it's where is it in your fifth? Because that's Leo's house. Aquarius. Okay. So 11th house groups, that's the house of friendships and groups.
Hmm.
So when we're doing groups, like you're in your Leo and I'm more in Cancer. So you're like out there like shining and leading and like bringing in that passion and that fire,
That
right?
explains so much about how I facilitate.
Versus how I facilitate.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Absolutely is. Yeah.
that is so fun.
Yes.
I didn't really think about that before.
That explains a lot. Like,
That's
yes.
great.
Yes.
That's really great. Yeah.
House placements make all the difference. Like, there's so much nuance with that?
Yeah.
Yes. And since you have Aquarius in the fifth house, Leo's house,
Hmm.
um, there's this aspect of like when you become a parent,
Hmm.
you're gonna be like the goofy, like out of the box
Absolutely.
parent
For
who
sure.
like let's do some innovative stuff around parenting and,
Oh, yeah.
and engaging with my child.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can completely see that for you. I know we've only met like an hour ago, but I can totally see you having kids and like having like a special breakfast time where you do a tradition with Eggo waffles and you're like, oh, we're doing some sort of special waffle ritual. It's gonna be real fun.
Yes.
Good.
It's just the vibe I'm getting.
Good. I
Oh,
love
that's
that.
amazing. Yes.
So that's great. Morgan, how about you? Any other Leo placements?
Just Leo Mars, but I do think that speaks a lot to why I'm drawn to that like specific sign in a romantic sense to that reflection of that with the Mars.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
Nice. So for me, it's in my sun.
Here we go.
It's my sun. It's in my Mercury. It's in my Venus. It's in my Mars. It's
Uh,
also in my 12th house.
Liz is the most Leo to ever have Leo'd.
Yep.
So my essence is like Leo. The way I think is like Leo. The way I love is like Leo. The way I fuck is like Leo.
If it walks like a Leo and it talks like a Leo.
Exactly. So the cool part about that, like having a stellium, so a stellium is having three or more placements of the same sign in major placements. The thing about having a Leo stellium is that I can get so locked into something because I love it so much and I'm
Mhm.
so passionate about it that it will be like really, really hard for me to move on.
Thinking about it, you have a lot of fixed placements. I would like to see the statistics on that, but you have a lot of fixed placements when you think about like the Taurus energy in there too, you know?
Yeah, all my major placements, like the first six,
Uh-huh.
are fixed. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's a lot.
Yes.
I'm like looking at your chart. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Luckily,
Yeah, yeah.
luckily I got that Virgo mutable to like help me like adjust a little bit, but it does take me time, no doubt about it. Um, the other side of that is that like I know what I love.
Hmm.
Like when I love something, I know that I love it because I
Hmm.
feel it. I feel it
Yes.
deeply in my heart and body.
A lot of passion and conviction. A
Yes,
lot.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah. The trouble that I can get into is uh not creating enough space for other people because I can come sometimes I can come across as like so passionate that they're like, "Oh shit, like that's a lot of energy coming at me."
I was just picturing like a fiery flare, like a.
Yeah. Yes. But you know what? I want to own that more because
Hmm.
so much of the time in my past I've suppressed that. So
Yeah,
like, people will love me who get it. And that's,
absolutely.
yeah. Yes, I love the Leo energy.
And just remember, fire in all purposes serves a purpose too. Like
Yeah,
flares are very crucial
that's
and
a
they're good at alerting people. Like think about their utility, you
good.
know?
Yes, that's really good.
Or you can pull down the heat and just you've got that
Yeah,
rolling coals happening, keeping you warm.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah. And also, since it's in my 12th house, which is Pisces house, the house of unseen, um, there can be some Leo unconscious things that I can do that I will continue to learn to pull into the light. Um, and I think one of those things, and Lindsay, let me know if this resonates with you, but one of those things is like because of all the Leo energy, there is a tendency for me to refer to myself a lot, like refer back to myself. And so a part of my evolution has been, and picked a great career for it, is to venture out and witness others and notice other different perspectives and different ways that people show up and broaden my understanding of how we all can show up. Because with all that fixed energy, I can be like, oh, it's this, this, and this, right? But because I work with people, I get to look outside of myself and really like it's been such a beautiful thing too, because what it does when you're able to step outside of yourself and witness other people, relationships are so fulfilling. Like they're so miserable when you're just referring to yourself
Mhm.
and not actually extending out to the other person.
Mhm.
So that's been a cool thing to really expand into.
That is really cool. It just gives you such a deeper and richer sense of connection.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Cool. All right. On to the next. Well, we've talked a lot about Virgo already. Um,
Hmm.
Virgo recap.
Virgo recap. Let's talk about our placements in Virgo. You said you have none.
I have none.
You have it in your Venus
Venus and
in
12th house.
12th house.
Yep.
Kind of already talked about the Venus,
Mm-hmm.
and the 12th house. You're the unseen.
Mm-hmm.
So again, like that goes back to the unconscious ways that the Virgo energy can show up, which is perfectionism,
Yeah.
criticism of self and others, right? Being too like detail oriented to the point of like where it like just like frustrates you or like pulls you out of the present moment too much.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and it's really interesting. Like everything that you just classified really describes, like I have a very, very close Virgo sun friend. And that sounds like a lot of the things that she has been seeking to address in therapy are all those specific
Oh, look
things
at
that you just stated. And
that.
she's like recently, very recently started this journey too. So it pretty well coincides with, you know, a lot of the astrological events right now. She's like, I'm just trying to find a way to have more grace in situations and more patience
Oh,
with
nice.
other people and things like that, you know?
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Good for
Yeah.
her. Way to go. That's awesome. Um, well, I talked about it being my first house, so we went over that. And yeah, we can move on. I think we talked about it enough, probably. And then, okay, so Libra. Let's get into some
Libra.
Libra energy. Libra is a air sign. Wait, we didn't do Virgo. Is it more of, I feel like it's more of an earth. Like it's the earthiest earth.
The earthiest earth.
I think so, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that. The earthiest.
Yeah, because I can't think of anything else that would really suit it the same. Like it's kind of quintessential earth sign.
Yeah.
And we've already kind of briefly forecasted how we feel about Capricorn in terms of its alignment. So
Yes, exactly. Cool. Okay, so Libra. Libra is also ruled by Venus. So it's Libra and Taurus in Venus. Um, it's an air sign, it's a cardinal sign. It's the, it's the balancing scales, right?
Mhm.
Like it's all about fairness,
Mhm.
diplomacy, watching the collective and being in tune with the collective, like really getting it. Like Libras can walk in a room and get a sense of like, oh, I feel the vibe. This is the vibe of this group,
Yeah.
right? It has a tendency to be labeled kind of like
Indecisive.
indecisive, yes, not direct, like indirect
Mhm.
many times. Um, kind of like ditzy, I've heard too. Like,
Because of the indecisiveness.
yes,
Mhm.
which I don't think it's actually ditzy, but
No.
that's sort of a judgment people have made.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
What else? What else do we know about Libra energy?
I don't know. I think a lot about the scales and the balance because I think when you meet a Libra that's very balanced, you can feel it.
Yes.
And when you meet a Libra that is experiencing some level of unbalance, like imbalance, you can feel that too, you know?
Yes,
Um,
that's true.
I really don't know how to describe it as much other than that, but that you can kind of feel it. But oh, I think one thing about Libras that's fun too is that Libras have such a wonderful flirtatious energy to them.
We do. Yeah.
Um, and I think that's something really fun and special about them, like especially like Libra rising placements. Like
Oh, that's Lindsay.
Hi.
do you wink a lot? Just a question.
She does wink.
Do I?
You do.
Mhm.
Really?
Not a lot, but you do
Yeah.
it.
I
Libra,
didn't.
I feel like that's such a Libra rising thing to do. Like, I have a lady at work, she's a Libra rising, and she's just like the most like cheeky, fun person. Like you'll be walking around the corner and she just smiles at you and just winks and like throws her head over her shoulder. And it's like the most endearing thing. And I'm like, I need to learn how to do that. That's really charming.
That's awesome. Okay, fun fact about Libras, and
Mhm.
especially Libra risings.
Mhm.
Yes.
Y'all dress like so fucking good. Like you guys are so stylish
That's
and
nice.
on point with fashion. Like it blows me away.
It's so fun. I love how much Rising and Venus play together for fashion. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. That's so true. Yeah. And every Libra rising that I've ever met is gorgeous.
That's nice.
It's true.
Thank
Mhm.
you.
That's
That's
also very valid.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't
Okay.
feel that way, but thank you.
So wait, you are a Virgo Venus and then a Libra rising, correct?
Yes.
So I feel like your fashion is probably very like pretty, but also very practical too. Like you probably like wearing items of clothing that are have like, does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then
Yes.
she has some flair with like the Leo coming in. And
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
The Leo shades for the win.
Yes, exactly.
I really didn't know that I winked a lot.
I don't know if you do it a lot, but I've seen you do it.
I don't know. Cool. That's news to me. That's great.
I wink a lot.
I
Is
feel
that a
like
Leo
that's part
thing?
of like
'Cause I
how
feel
I
like that's a Leo
flirt.
thing.
Like I'll flirt with like my partner and I'll wink a lot. Like,
Mhm.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I haven't been feeling very flirty, so so I haven't been winking.
She hasn't been getting her
That's
winked
a
on.
sign of if you like really like the person.
There's another sign too, and then I'll tell you. I'll tell you later.
Oh
If
man,
I
it's all
don't,
podcast content.
that is not podcast
No,
material. That is like
we talked about sex so much last no episode.
It's is it behind the scenes Libra tricks? Ooh, fun.
moving on.
Oh, is she blushing?
No.
Love
That's another thing. I
it.
turn so red all the time. It's like I have sometimes I have such a good poker face, and then other times it just shows up, and I'm like, damn it.
Listen, I wink a lot at like if I'm dating somebody, I usually end up winking at them a lot.
Nice.
Yeah. It's just fun.
It is fun.
Um, cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, and when I think of Libra too, I think of like social justice
Hmm.
stuff. Like I've met a few Libra sons that are social workers. Very like in tune with the collective and what's going on like in an unfair way for certain populations, certain groups. Like they're so in tune with that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely have like I feel like they have a lot of the same perspectives of duality that Gemini does, but much more with like a social justice focus, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Nice. And what are we gonna identify for Libra? Is it let's see. So
It
Gemini is
hurt.
air sign. Libra is
The most earth.
most earth. Yeah,
Mhm.
that makes
Yeah.
sense. I can see that. That's good. Yeah, cool. Okay, moving on to Scorpio.
Ooh, Scorpio.
I think Scorpios get a bad rap, but I love
They
Scorpios.
do tend to get a bad
Mhm.
rap.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
Scorpios.
Scorpios are, they have like such an allure
Yeah.
to them.
Mhm.
Like they're very sexy. Like somebody who has a lot of Scorpio, they're usually pretty sexy.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Scorpio is a water sign. It's a fixed water sign. The way I imagine Scorpio energy is that Scorpio goes into the depth of the unconscious,
Mhm.
pulls out the darkness and brings it into the light. It's all about death, rebirth, transformation, like periods of like deep internal reflection. Um, I mean, the house of Scorpio is called the house of the unconscious. And so when we think about Scorpio energy, it also involves like very talking about very taboo things, sex related things, like very like darker aspects of humanity. And its
Mhm.
sister sign is Taurus, and so it works with Taurus. Taurus like takes all of that Scorpio brought into the light and then Taurus plants it and grows it into a Taurusy garden, right?
I love that.
Yeah, and then it sprouts these beautiful flowers, like is aesthetically pleasing, right? So we need both energies to really transmute that darkness. Yeah.
I definitely see that. Man, I don't know. The more we talk about Taurus, especially with all these comics I've been reading, I just see Poison Ivy as a character.
Ah,
You know, I'm
yeah, I
like,
can see that. Yeah, yeah.
I love that. What a earthy goddess. But
Really. Yeah. So so the shadow side of Scorpio, and we talked about it a bit.
mhm,
It's just like that the power dynamics, wanting to be like the one who holds the most power,
mhm,
doesn't show their cards very easily. It's almost like I imagine a house and there's an entryway. Scorpio lets some people into, like, a lot of people, I guess, into the entryway. Like, cool, like let's stay on that surface level. When he or she or they
mhm,
let people into the depth of like the living room and the kitchen and then the
mhm,
fucking bedroom.
they're never leaving.
Awesome.
Listen, I've dated a Scorpio moon. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And the lead was fantastic. Yes. Yes, they are. I mean, talk about like possessive, right? Both like shadow and just like playful too.
hmm
Like they want to possess you.
Yes.
They love you.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I've experienced that.
It's fun until you get into the shadow side of it, and then it's not fun anymore.
True,
Yeah.
true. Yeah, they are very intuitive.
hmm
They can also walk into a room and be like, "Oh, I know that that person's going through it," right?
hmm
Uh, they are truth seekers in their own way, and sometimes in the shadow side, they can be pretty damn rigid in terms of black and white thinking. Like,
hmm
oh no,
Mhm.
this is right, that's
Mhm.
wrong. There's no gray area.
Mhm.
That doesn't exist. You're wrong. This is the right way. There's that fixed nature to it too, right?
This is gonna sound kind of wild, but to me, Scorpio is like the love child of Leo and Pisces in a little baby leather jacket.
Oh my
Oh,
God, it's so good.
that's a good one. Yeah.
That's spot on.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm so glad you guys followed me on that one because I was like, this may
Absolutely.
sound
I
really
totally
abstract, but
did.
Yeah, we both had light bulbs. Yes.
That's really good. Yeah. Yes. So where does everybody have Scorpio in their chart?
Pluto.
Pluto?
Pluto.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so that's a generational
Yeah.
placement, right? Like, so collectively, um, that's really interesting too, because it's like collectively we were born into this life to pull shit out of the unconscious and also heal a lot of generational trauma, right?
Mhm.
The more awakened generation. So yeah, that's that's interesting. Any other placements?
It's in my second house.
It's in your second house. Okay. So Taurus house. House
I
of,
think mine is in my 11th. Let me confirm.
yeah. So house of material possessions and finances.
Mhm.
So unearthing those maybe like more unconscious beliefs around money
Yeah.
and your relationship with money
Mhm.
can bring more prosperity.
Which is confirmation for the healing session that I just had.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome.
How I
Also,
think about money and how I make money
Yeah.
is really shifting. Like I need to learn how to do it differently. Stop trading my time for money.
mhm.
Yes.
One thing that I think is really interesting too that I never really thought much about for a long time is that, it talks a lot about the second house being like material resources and like how we accumulate that and wealth, but and like your sense of worth, right? But we
Mhm.
also sometimes like don't factor in the fact that it deals with self-worth too.
That's true. You're right. You're right about that.
And because I think a lot about this is a little bit of foreshadowing, but my second house is Pisces, which, as we know, was is been in Saturn for a minute and has come out and is about to go back in again within a few months. So um, once I started looking at the second house through that lens, it also kind of
Mm,
made things a little more clear for me.
interesting. Yeah. Has that been constricting?
Um,
It's been in Saturn.
yeah. My Saturn return was fun.
Yeah.
I'll table that for the Pisces discussion though.
Great. Great. Yeah. Okay. And it's in so our moons have Taurus, but it also has the eighth house, which is Scorpio.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
because of that, like there is this motivation for both of us to, and it's so true. We're like, let's go in the dark. I wanna pull things out. Like I wanna
Yeah.
grow. I wanna understand. I wanna transmute.
Yeah.
Right?
Some people call themselves light workers. I have often called myself a shadow worker because I love going into the depths of like, okay, let's like pull the shit out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we gravitate towards the resistors too.
They're
in
my
our work.
favorite.
And that's very much
Yep.
dealing with shadow,
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah.
right?
Oh, the resistor. They're so fun. Because you get to witness so much transformation. They're the ones coming into the room like, fuck this shit. Like,
Mhm.
who are these young chicks gonna teach me how to like emotionally transmute my trauma? Like,
Yeah.
what are you, 27? And then you like you do the thing, and then
Uh-huh.
Like, oh my God,
They're
that's
like, whoa.
really
I
great.
didn't know. Yep. Yep.
That is always very fun to experience.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
good. It's really good.
Yep. I love it.
I had I also have, so you have it, do you have it anywhere else?
Nope.
Okay.
That's it.
I have it in my third house, so Gemini house. Did you know that the third house is how you tend to be in social um, environments, like parties and groups at times, like so more social than anything else. So it's funny that Scorpio is in that placement for me. Because, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. Because I don't, I think I tend to be the observer a whole lot. Like I'll ask
Mhm.
questions, but I'm not sharing a ton about myself right away,
Mhm.
which is very Scorpio.
Mhm.
Yes.
And then I think people probably tend to see me like when they first meet me as um, like, I don't really know much about her, but she's so nice. Like I think that's what people tend to see me as initially.
Yeah.
And I do feel that Scorpio energy of like, ooh, I don't want to like share a ton all at once. Like, let
Mhm.
me, if I feel that like we're vibing, I will share stuff. And as I've gotten older, it's come out a lot more. But that is really true about me. Yeah.
And I love that you said that too. It makes me reflect on some of the Scorpio placements in my life,
Mm.
particularly my Scorpio rising friends. Two things that I
Yeah,
have noticed. Okay. So, first thing is that they all have great hair.
they do. Yeah.
And if they are having a bad hair day, man, it throws their whole day off. Like
Yeah.
they're very heavily like identified with that aspect of their appearance
Yeah.
specifically. Um, and then the other thing I've noticed, and I jokingly say this to one of my friends who's a Scorpio rising, they have a very strong privacy policy.
Hmm.
You have to really be like have earned a sense of trust or known them for a while to be privy to certain information.
Yeah. I can see that for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's good. So Scorpio is like, did we say it's the fire?
Yeah. I
Yes.
think it's the fire
Yeah.
of the water
Mhm.
sign.
Water signs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's that Leo love child.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, that was so
That's so
good.
good.
Nice. Okay, let's move on to Sagittarius. Oh, I love Sag.
Oh, I gotta tell you, like Sagittarius has become one of my favorite placements in my chart.
Nice.
The more I have embraced it, the more I have absolutely grown to love it.
That's awesome. I know you've been like really harnessing that energy more and more.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is my first house. It's, my rising sign, but also it's my north node as well. So it feels like I'm really like leaning into like myself and my path, of
Yeah.
growth.
Nice.
So that's very cool.
That's beautiful. Yeah. So Sagittarius is a fire sign. It's a mutable fire sign. It is ruled by Jupiter. So it's very expansive, optimistic sort of energy, like spirited about life. And it's the archer. It's the like, talk about like direct communication. If
Hmm.
there is somebody you know who has Mercury in in Sagittarius, who they are so direct.
They are going to tell you exactly how it is.
Yes, yes. So Gemini is the student of the zodiacs. Sagittarius is the professor of the zodiacs. So very teaching oriented. They tend to be very wise in how they assess experiences. Like there's just like wisdom that flows out of them. The shadow of that, though, what I've noticed is they will make meaning out of a situation or a person so quickly that they won't even stop to ask that person, like, is this true?
Hmm.
Right? So
Yeah.
it can actually get them in a lot of trouble.
Hmm.
Yeah. They're adventurers. They love to go off and explore, whether that's like literally like physical spaces, or internally. Like they just really like are so insatiably like curious about having experiences. Um, they can be, from what I've heard, they're also their shadows can be pretty flighty. Like
Hmm.
they may like you initially, and then they're like, "Oh, I don't like that," and they're gone.
Yeah, I think I really do think that the sister similarities of these two shines very bright. Like you can see it. And I think that is really interesting, like from the perspective of having both in my big three and everything. I'm like, I can feel like everything is magnified with it.
Right. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's real. Yeah. So you have your first house in Sag. Do you have any other placements in Sag?
Aside from the North Node, no.
Okay.
Hmm.
So North Node is the energy that you're mastering in this life. So it being in Sagittarius, you're like working with like exploring and adventuring physically, mentally, emotionally, really like allowing yourself to be confident in your own wisdom too. That's a big piece. Um, what else? I think those are the main things when I
Yeah,
think in Sag.
I
Yeah.
think so too. And I think so much of it has been, like you were saying, like whether they're exploring externally or internally. For me, because it is in my placement of self, it's been a lot of like internal exploration and reflecting and like, especially one thing for me in particular has been finding my identity without the context of other people. Like, who am I when I'm just by myself?
Mm-hmm.
Especially as a much more extroverted person too.
Right.
And like I've always leaned so heavily into my social life, which I feel like would make sense with strong Gemini and Sagittarius placements, but like finding my own path in that and my sense of self in that has been really cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a really good point. Like Sag energy is really independent. Yeah, and confident in their
Yeah.
independence. Yeah, that's a really good point. I have Sag in Saturn and Uranus. Uh,
So do I.
oh shit.
See,
Love it.
Twinsies.
we are astrological twins.
And,
Saturn,
Truly.
Uranus, and what?
and then I also have it in my fourth house.
It's in my third.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
cool.
We're
okay.
neighbors.
We are neighbors. Yes.
Yeah.
So it being in Saturn, that's a hard placement for Sagittarius because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, expansion. Saturn is the planet of rules, discipline, like constriction in ways. So it's like Sag does not feel comfortable in Saturn. Sag wants to just like be like on a whim, oh, I'm gonna go to Costa Rica tomorrow. Saturn's like, no, you aren't. You have all these responsibilities. You can't do that.
Well, that explains a lot.
Yeah. And Sagittarius is just like trying to sit in that placement thinking, you can't tell me what to do.
Yes.
Oh my God, dude. Sag is so that if you try to tell a Sagittarius what to do, they'll be like, fuck
Forget
you.
about it. Just
Not doing that.
not going to work.
Do the opposite of that.
Exactly.
Yes. In Uranus, Morgan, I honestly don't know a ton about the planet Uranus. Do you know much about it?
I really don't either. To be honest, I focus a lot less on our more generational planets and tend to focus much more heavily on like our six that vary so much,
Yeah.
down to Mars. Once we start getting below Mars, it becomes much more of an abstract concept for me,
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I know Uranus is a more slower moving planet. Just can't remember what are you looking it up?
Yes.
What is good?
Yay.
Rules over? Like, what are the aspects of Uranus? Okay.
The interplay between stability and innovation.
Oh, it's the planet of innovation. That's right. Okay. Okay, and so innovation, revolution, freedom, rebellion. Oh yeah, that's because Aquarius is
That would make sense.
That's right.
Seeks disruption, liberation.
So that placement works really well for Sag.
Yes.
Once again, you can't tell me what to do.
I'm all
Exactly.
about like, okay, let me find out what the rules are, and then I'm like, let me see where I can
Yeah, let
break
me
them
like,
because
the loopholes.
this is dumb. This is made up. This is dumb.
Get out of here.
It's just a construct.
What to do? Yes.
I'm gonna do what I fucking want.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Which is why it was so great for me as an artist because it was all about breaking rules.
Yes. Yes. So because it's in your third house,
Yes.
you tend to show up in social gatherings as a Sagittarius.
Yes. Tell me more.
So you like you can change with like depending on the people that you're talking to, like you're very verbose, like outgoing and inviting and funny, right? And just the adventure of like social gatherings.
Yeah, in certain contexts, like I'm very extroverted. And then in other social contexts, I'm very introverted.
Right.
So it depends on sometimes if tequila's involved, I might just begin singing.
That's so sad.
Yes, right?
I was just about to ask you how you felt about karaoke because when you said you present with a very Sagittarius presence at like groups and gatherings, I was like, man, it's like that makes me feel like my Sagittarius rising in my karaoke
list. I have a whole playlist in Spotify. I'm ready to go.
It's Sagittarius.
You guys would just be a blast together.
Yes.
At a party.
Yes.
Let's do it.
I love it. Karaoke party for the win. That's always my go-to.
Love that.
It's a big form of self-expression for me too,
Yeah,
just getting up there and putting yourself out there.
I'm a really big, like loud singer and people are like, what?
Like, who are you?
What just happened? I'm like, yeah. Did you not know? I'm a Leo. I roar.
I love that so much.
It's so good. I love it.
Perfect.
Yeah. So it's in my fourth house. So Cancer's house of the home. So when I create a home or like have like a home of community can be a home, right? I need like playfulness and fun and like laughter. Like that's so important. And so when I have kids too, like there's gonna be so much laughter.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hilarious.
It's fun parent. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. We probably want to travel a lot with my family too. I did travel a lot growing up with my family, so that's interesting.
I'm like foreseeing between your Sagittarius energy and your Earth placements, I'm seeing a lot of camping trips.
Yes, I do enjoy camping or glamping.
There you go. I'm a glamper myself, so.
They're the best. Yeah.
Well, speaking of camping, and I think that Sag is the most earth of the fire.
I
Yeah.
agree with
Yeah.
that. I
Uh-huh.
totally agree with that.
Very grounded.
It's so funny because I usually like I see couples, right? And I've seen so many couples that have a Sagittarius sun and a Taurus sun together.
Hmm.
And they actually work really well together.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, you wouldn't think that that would go together, but it actually
It
does.
does.
Yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
yeah, it is.
Putting this out as an advertisement, now seeking a Taurus.
There you go.
It's cute.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so let's move into Capricorn. Lindsay, you have a lot of Capricorn.
Apparently so. So you can help me decipher this. So,
So Capricorn is the earth sign.
yes.
It is a cardinal earth sign. It is the nurturer of work, right? It's very like its shadow side is a workaholic. I call it the MacGyver of the zodiacs because it knows everything. It knows how to fix everything. It knows how to find a solution to everything. It's the like solution finder in such effective and adaptive ways.
Definitely.
Yeah. Now the shadow side is more of that. What I've noticed about Capricorns is they are not very good at communication. They like to say the least that they can say.
My body language says a lot, Liz. You're just not reading it.
They're very succinct in their words. Like,
Yeah,
less is more.
I
Very
communicate,
direct.
right? I communicate to the necessity, and then I'm like, okay,
So
we're
you
good.
like
I said the thing. I communicated.
I told you, yeah.
Clearly, I feel some
I
type of way
said
about
this
this.
only once, and you should have remembered that I said it only once.
Oh man.
I've heard that so many times in different ways from
Not by me.
Capricorns. No,
Okay, great.
no, not by you.
Great, thanks.
You're flexible.
Sometimes.
You're forgiving. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
I will say they tend to have resting bitch face pretty frequently. Sorry.
It's not my sun sign, but there can be resting bitch face happening.
Capricorn risings do have a very intense face, whether that's like resting bitch face or just a strong jawline. Like they've got something
Yeah.
very strong in their like presence.
Yes. And listen, that doesn't take away from how caring they can be. They're just not caring. Sorry, I should be frame it a different way. It's just they don't. Okay, for example, they're not expressively like with you are though. Depending on their placement, what I've noticed is they're not super expressive with their tenderness. They show it. They want to show it through actions. Like that's their jam. I would rather action this than speak it. That's what I get.
Okay. Yes.
And maybe that's because of the Capricorns that I've interacted with, but it feels true.
Okay, so I have Capricorn in my Mars,
Okay.
Neptune,
Oh, me too.
my fourth house.
Okay.
I thought you said that there was another one.
Yeah, it's because the 10th house is Capricorn.
Oh,
So you also have that in a few placements.
okay.
But we can stick to just this sign. So you said Mars, Neptune, and
Mars,
fourth
Neptune,
house.
and fourth house.
So Mars, right, like we were talking about, sexual preferences, your relationship with anger, and your passions related to work.
Yeah, I don't like talking about my anger.
That would track for I think a Capricorn. You know.
So
It's like, give me my space. Let me deal with it on my own, and I'm good.
yeah, yeah,
Great.
exactly.
I don't like talking about it.
Yeah. And Neptune, so Neptune is the is the ruling planet of Pisces.
Okay.
Okay. And wait, fact check me on that. I want to make
I
sure.
think so. Yeah.
Great, right? Yeah. Um, and so Capricorn being in Neptune is interesting because it's this very earthy, like I want to see the tangible, and I want to make sure that like my actions are tangibly creating this outcome.
Mm.
So it being in Neptune is a little it's difficult in some sense. Now, we got to take into account other placements that balance that out, right? And you have a few that balance that out with your Pisces and your Venus and your Pisces and your what, Jupiter? Or not Jupiter. Yeah, Jupiter. Yeah, Jupiter. Um, and then it being in your fourth house, Capricorn, I can imagine that when you create a home, you're going to be a great parent in terms of like structuring things, creating routines around things, like attending to problems that your children and husband have, like being really present with that. Now, you having Capricorn, you're there's a there's a challenge in like how much can you work to be really present with your family, right? Like that balance.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna want to satisfy the Capricorn's need to
To
work, right?
I don't like not working.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the struggle for Capricorn.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And how about you, Morgan? Capricorn.
I've got Neptune and Uranus.
Okay. So again, Neptune. We all three have Capricorn and Neptune. I guess that's a generational planet.
I think it is. And one thing that's really interesting though is that both of my Capricorn placements also fall in my first house, which is very curious.
Oh. How do you experience that?
You know, it's kind of odd because I always thought about, I'm like, I don't really have a lot of earthy placements in like my big six. But then I'm like, you know what? I'm like, that must be where some of my grounded energy comes from.
Yeah.
Um, but otherwise, I don't know. Like trying to think because both of those planets, when you think about it, are very much like abstract. Okay.
Yes.
Then like you've got Capricorn, which is not abstract. So to some degree, I don't really like theoretical stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
I don't like thinking about like theoretical stuff. Like if you were like, here, read this post-apocalyptic book, I'm like, no. I really don't want to, but thank you.
Yeah, that's a good
Um,
example of how that could show up.
yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Like sometimes there's things that are so like ethereal that I'm like, I can't grab onto that. I don't know what you mean. Like, I don't get that. Does not compute.
It is really interesting though that they are hanging out in my house of self. But then again, I am really much about like my work and what I'm doing too. And I always kind of wondered because I'm very driven when it comes to work,
Mhm.
but a lot of my other placements don't necessarily reflect that as much that I would have any like workaholic type tendencies. So
Yeah,
I think it's gotta be those Capricorn placements that are hanging out there that really just makes me um as like dedicated and focused about my job as I am.
yeah. Interesting.
Mhm.
So all I have is Neptune too, and then Capricorn in my fifth house. So what I had learned from Stephanie Powers is that when you see that, it usually means like later in life, a parent.
Mhm.
And it also means that like when it comes to having kids, like I she's like, oh yeah, like if you go IVF, like that's perfect for a Capricorn. Like you know what's gonna happen, you know the steps, you know how it's gonna go. Well, you don't know how it's gonna go, but you know where it could go.
Yeah.
And it's very like structured and you understand it. And I was like, oh yeah, that is very Capricorn. Um, and then also like having this really good balance of being a disciplinary, but
Hmm.
because it's in the fifth house, that playfulness with children.
Yeah.
So that's also cool. And then we said Capricorn is the most earthy.
I think we were going to say it was the most fire because it's
Fire,
of the
that's
earth,
right.
yeah.
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 There's a lot of like stubborn, like that same like passion, that like deep.
True. That's very true.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, and then moving on to Aquarius. Aquarius is a fixed air sign.
Mhm.
It is ruled by Uranus, and it is the non-traditional, unconventional, out of the box, kind of innovative thinking. It is very intellectual too. Like it tends to be like in the mind. There every Aquarius, like heavy Aquarius placements that I've met is so smart. Like the
Mhm.
niche areas that they study or their careers in, they like know it
Yeah.
to a T. Um, the shadow side of Aquarius is that it can tend to be detached.
I was going to say aloof.
Aloof, yes, aloof and detached, and not like when an Aquarius is done with you, they're done.
Hmm.
Blocked. They're like,
Blocked, yes.
yeah. They highly value friendships. So friendship to lover situations are really good for Aquarius. They love being friends with their lovers.
Hmm.
Besties, sexy besties. Okay.
God, you said that and you sounded just like one of my very dear Aquarius friends.
Oh, did I?
Yes, my gay work husband. I love that man.
That's
Sexy
awesome.
besties.
Besties. Yes. Um, Also, if you have quite a few Aquarius placements, you're probably gay.
That makes so much sense.
There's a tendency for that because of the unconventionality, because of the fluidity of the air
Mhm.
sign, um, the unconventional way that Aquarius energy wants to show up in. And yeah, LGBTQ plus. I'd be curious to see like many charts within the community to see how much Aquarius is there.
There's a lot. I mean, just from my research of scrolling on Hinge, there's a lot.
Data analysis.
Exactly, according to my research. But no, you were so on the nose about that. And my gay work husband, he is a Aquarius sun, Gemini moon, Aquarius rising.
Okay. Oh, that's a lot of Aquarius.
He's
Yeah.
so much air.
Yeah. Yes. That's awesome.
Hmm.
Yeah. What else? Where do we have it in our charts?
It's only in my fifth house.
Okay, nice. So children.
Yes.
So it may be that like you have children, well, they're like actually having children in a um hi Sam, in a unconventional way.
Hmm.
Or your engagement with your children could be innovative, unconventional, um, like out of the box kind of way that you raise your children,
Yeah.
right?
Going back to waffle ritual. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yes. Yes. Um, sorry, I just threw the ball at my dog. Full transparency. Uh, anywhere, so that it was just
Literally
okay.
that. Yeah.
How about you, Morgan?
So I do not have any Aquarius placements.
Oh,
Which is really interesting. And honestly, I never really got Aquarius for a long time.
yeah.
I just didn't. And I think that, like, because they are pretty like unconventional in a lot of ways. And also, I'm sure you guys might have heard this, but there's like this like ongoing tension between like Cancers and Aquarians because they function so differently that they have trouble like sharing
Oh,
perspectives.
yeah. They're like opposing sides.
Yeah, so like on a fundamental Gemini level, I'm like so vibing, right? Like I'm getting
Yeah.
it. We're having the best conversation. But then sometimes my hang up comes with that Cancer moon coming in. And I'm like, so what about your feelings? Do you want to talk about your feelings? Hell no, I don't want to talk about my feelings. um,
Yeah.
so,
I'll be right
um,
back. I'm gonna put the ball away.
but yeah, it's definitely just, different. But now that I've had a lot more exposure to Aquariuses, and honestly, they've really become like my favorite air sign. Like I seem to vibe with them even more than I do like Geminis. It's crazy.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's been a very big shift once I think opened my perspective more and started to kind of like lean into that unconventionality because again, I don't have it in my chart.
Right.
It kind of became a cooler experience.
That's really cool that you like opened up more to that and it actually like it hits something that's fulfilling in you.
Yeah.
It's really cool. How about you, my friend?
What about me?
You just had a house.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. That was so Capricorn of you.
I know that was great. So direct. We love that. The Capricorn and the Cancer runs wild with this one.
I gotta be careful though, because like shit like that will get me in trouble with bosses. I'm like, no, that's not what happened. What are you talking about? Like, no, like,
So funny. It was so great.
yep, sorry.
No, it's okay. I love it. I have an 11th house stellium in my Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Mars.
Wow.
I have a lot of Aquarius energy, and then also in my sixth house, so house of health and routines. So I like this is so true about me. Like I love just flowing during the day of like, oh, what do I want to do now? Or what do I want to eat? But it's in the moment. So like my Virgo energy is like, listen, Aquarius, we we need to set a routine. We need to meal prep. We need to go to bed at the same time every night. And the Aquarius is just like, fuck that. I just want to do what I want and flow with the day and see how I feel.
Exactly.
So sometimes it's tough. I think as I've gotten older, it's it's more like routine stuff, but it's sometimes I'm just like, oh yeah, I didn't do anything that I planned during the day. Oh
Well,
well. So Aquarius is what did we say about Aquarius? Did we say anything about Aquarius yet?
I think it's the most watery of the air signs because I feel like there's such a depth to
Mm,
them,
yeah, that's true. That's so true.
and they flow,
And they flow. Yeah.
and
they do
it's
flow.
and their sign is kind of like water.
Yeah, it
So
is.
it's
That's
like,
true.
Mistake it for water.
right.
Um, that's good. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
All right, we've gotten to the final sign.
The Pisces.
Might be a two-parter because this is
Kind of long.
yeah. Oh well. Pisces. Pisces is a water mutable
Mutable.
water sign. And so it's ruled by Neptune. It's the 12th house, right? The house of the unseen. And so very cosmic, very metaphysical, very like up in the clouds, like let's flow with the energies, right? It's
Very spiritual.
very spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
Um very welcoming too. Like the energy is very welcoming. The shadow side of Pisces is porous, like boundaryless,
Mm-hmm.
internalizes everything,
Mhm.
merges with everybody's energy, doesn't know the difference between you and I,
Yeah.
can't
Mm-hmm.
separate that. Um, it can be very self-doubting energy,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
flip-flopping, not decisive, very indecisive. Um, what else? Detached in a way that like they're up in the clouds. Kind of a loop in some ways. Like you can watch a Pisces do this, you'll look at them and you'll be like, are you even here?
Yep.
But you know what's interesting? They are here, but it's like they're here and there.
Yeah. They're
Because
very cerebral too. They're like up in they're thinking about something.
yes, and they're still observant. Like my mom is a Pisces sun, Pisces moon,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes she looks like she's not there, but then she'll like the next day she'll be like, "Oh, you were feeling this way, huh?" And I'll be like, "Oh my God, how did you know?" So yeah,
A deep sense of intuition, that is for sure.
sense of intuition for
Yeah.
sure. It encompasses all of the zodiac signs. It has all of them embedded in the Piscean energy. It is the final zodiac sign. What else? Where is it in our charts? Pisces. I live in
Uh,
Pisces except for my seventh house.
so this one was kind of a big hitter for me. So it is in my second house.
Okay.
Um, and it is in Saturn. So
Ooh.
I am basically finishing up my Saturn return.
How have you experienced that?
It has been a lot. So that started around March 2023. So that was, I guess, right before we met at the retreat. So going to the retreat was a big part of that, like just to break out and do something different. Um, and I think a lot, of course, it has a lot to do with like material resources and wealth, and then like a sense of self worth, which were both things that I like grappled with a lot over
Yeah.
the last couple of years, like job changes, like fears of like financial instability, and then just like how do you define yourself? And like where do you seek your sense of self-worth from? Like how are you finding that, and like what all constitutes that? So I think that's been really interesting going along that journey with also my North Node journey at the same time and how they play together. But I will say Saturn and Pisces are two planets that are very different. You know, it's
Yes.
kind of like what we were saying earlier about Sagittarius and Saturn. Like, you can't tell me what to do, but Pisces is more like, don't be mean to me and cries.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
or at least that was my experience of it. So,
Yes. And like Saturn, Pisces says to Saturn, we don't, we don't really need to be that strict about things. Like, why don't you just feel it and then and do what you want and go play with the fairies? Like, we don't need to join in on the responsibilities. We can just have fun.
right. It's like, you don't have to be harsh about it.
Yeah. Pisces is also like, I think of like, in the Matrix, like he's like, oh, this is a matrix. Like Pisces energy in Saturn is like, oh, I see the matrix. I see that this is a simulation and I can play with the energies and pull down like what house is in your Saturn?
Second.
Taurus.
Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Taurus and Pisces. So
Mm-hmm.
Taurus can help pull like the Pisces knowledge of the simulation and then work with it,
Mm-hmm.
ground it. That's cool. How about you?
Jupiter is in
Jupiter and
Pisces,
Pisces. Yeah.
and then my sixth house.
Sixth house. Okay. So expansion, when you are in your spirituality, when you are connected to your soul, that's where you most expand.
Yes.
Yeah. And then sixth house, which is Virgo's house. So again, sister signs, right? That's the house of health and routines. So routines around your spiritual practices can really help your health. And even teaching, right? Teaching spirituality practices
Yeah.
can help reinforce that as well. That's cool. Those are good placements for Pisces.
Very nice.
Yeah.
very like spirituality focused, and then you put Pisces on top of that. That's just like you're
Yeah.
somewhere in the astral realm, girl. You're like out there
It's
working on
very
stuff.
easy for me to be all up here.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
it's
harder
so
for me to
easy.
be down here, down here. I'm like, what?
Well, luckily you've got some strong Capricorn placements to help pull you back on the ground.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then I have my Pisces, the only placement in my seventh house. So it's again working with the unconscious of how Pisces shows up for me. Um, I remember like dating quite a few like Piscean women
Mm-hmm.
and being like, I don't like you. And I really I feel
I don't like you.
don't like you. I feel like that's because I was unaware of my own shadow too, like of how Piscean energy shows up in me.
Mm-hmm.
So it always felt separate, like, oh no, I'm not Pisces at all. But actually,
Mm.
I have a whole
Don't
lot
you have like a Lilith or something in Pisces?
in Cancer.
What is what? There's something you have in Pisces that's like a. Don't you have like a deeper placement in Pisces? Or am I mistaken?
Nah, I don't. I don't have anything else in Pisces.
That's so weird. I think I'm just like making things up over here, but maybe we were talking about just water. And
Yeah.
so maybe I was thinking about
I
the
do
Cancer
have
one.
co-star, like
Hmm.
I have Mars in my 12th house, but usually is coast what does co-star use? Is it tropical or whole sign? Is it whole sign?
I don't know. I think they use, what is it, Placidus? Is that right?
That might be it. But for some reason I show up as 12th house of Mars. But
Hmm.
in every other like search of my chart, it's the 11th house.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's this question mark.
Question mark indeed.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. I mean, that was awesome. Is Pisces is the most watery, right? No,
It's the
wait,
most air.
air. Okay.
Yeah.
They're all up
Definitely.
there.
Most air
Yep.
of the water.
Yep.
Nice. Well, cool. This was fun.
This
Extra.
was very fun. Thank you guys for having me on today.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you, Morgan. It's
Oh,
been
Morgan,
such a
you
pleasure
add-
to get to know you.
Yeah, you added so much to this conversation.
I had a blast. Thank you. Anytime that we get to have a good astrology discussion, I'm so here for it. It just always feels very like eye-opening and engaging and gives
Yeah.
me something to think about later?
Yes, that's awesome. Well, thank you everybody for watching, listening. We do have an upcoming intro workshop if you're in the Central Texas area. It's happening on September 6th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And we will also be offering virtual workshops in the future. So if you're interested, please do reach out. And yeah, like what a great episode 20. And we could close this
Potentially
out.
21.
I know.
20 and 21.
Yeah,
We'll
part
see.
1 and 2.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll play with that. But yeah, much love to everybody. And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.